My journey with BioAro, I guess, began thankfully to a client partner of theirs, which is RBC, the bank. And there was a client evening held here in Calgary. Dr. Kapoor from BioAro was the guest speaker. My family has a trace of a genetic disorder. At this point, there's no definitive test for that I'm aware of. And so the opportunity to understand what's happening with the genomics world and genomics testing was clearly of interest.
The journey started back in July when we asked a member of BioAro to come in and do a presentation at the spring session at a company that I'm working with. After the session, I signed up for the body mass and the nutrition. From that, went and got the full body scan.
So when I heard about this BioAro, I felt that I should be getting the test done because I wanted to know what I inherited from my parents and what I'm giving to my kids and grandkids. And we had some issues in our family. My brothers, sisters, they had some illnesses and they have passed away. So I wanted to make sure that I don't have those genes in me and how they are reacting with my body.
I got connected with BioAro because I also believe in making people aware before anything happens to them, because I have my family history which actually intrigued me into this side of business. I did a whole genome sequencing test with BioAro. There has been some connection for me getting this test done. I have a history of my family, and my mom, she passed away recently because of a cancer.
There was a contest run that evening, and I was particularly fortunate to win that contest. So I made my way a couple of weeks after that up to the testing lab in Northeast Calgary. We drew some blood, which is always an experience that I long for, but we got through it with no pain, thankfully, and the samples were then sent off for the testing process, which is pretty intensive, and they come back in time with a very extensive report. Looks super important and super impressive, and we walk through not so much the findings, but really the overall, here's what this report could mean to you.
I was eager to know whether this is something I carry, or maybe I must have inherited it from my mother, and I never wanted it to get transferred to my son.
I will recommend everybody, my friends and family, to find out what our genes have, what knowledge they can get it from, what the problems they have in their genes, and what they are going to pass to the family so that they can take the preventive care for that.
Going to see my family doctor, and with the results coming back, felt that I was placed in a particular category. The medication actually made me feel worse. I truly feel that if I didn't reach out to BioAro and get the support here from the team, I would continue to have more and more health conditions. Higher blood pressure, worse diabetes, stomach issues, whereas now I can control and I feel and understand that the things that I'm eating, how those different pieces impact my body.
The skeptical approach from a lot of people is actually fear-based. And it's kind of strange, because if you said to somebody, forget the money, forget the cost, there is a way for you to know if something in your fundamental makeup could have a negative effect on your future. Would you want to know? Yes or no? Well, I think for an individual, the benefit is having those data points today as you look over the next 3, 5, 10, 15 years, and use that information to then proactively make lifestyle changes or diet changes, or look at preventative medicine options as well.
Healthcare system today is very reactive versus being proactive. Here, it felt like I can be proactive and be in front of the different conditions that historically run in the family versus waiting for some result to show up in a blood test.